One of the most drastic transformations of the English New Wave was that of Scritti Politti. And in 1982, they released their long awaited debut album, Songs to Remember. And the once avant garde Fractious band had emerged as one of the most soulful yet oblique. And from that album, the track Gettin Havin Holdin.
When a man loves a woman, he is happy. Maybe when a man loves a woman, he is never alone. He's never alone. Maybe, well, you know that he is bound to be heartbroken. He's just bound to feel so ill at ease, bound to nothing, bound to lose, yeah.
A lot of the movements on this album, the thematic frameworks take a long time to resolve, and they tend to be very loaded word-wise. And I do imagine there's something rather skewed in the meaning, despite the what this song may appear to be on the surface. It begins with the line, of course, when a man loves a woman, and you almost think, oh, I've heard that title before, but let's see where this actually goes. He is happy, maybe. When a man loves a woman, he is never alone. He's never alone, baby. Well, you know that he's bound to be heartbroken. He's just bound to feel so ill at ease, bound to nothing, bound to lose. Yeah, huh. So far, the takeaway is that he will inevitably become heartbroken given the likelihood that the relationship will end one day. That's so far. It's probably going to go a bit deeper than that. When a man loves a woman, he is broken. I think you know he is. When a man loves a woman, he is always alone. He's always alone. Baby, well, you know that he's bound to be so happy. He's just bound to feel so ill at ease that only he will never realize he's in love. In love, yeah. It's time. I just get so sad. Take that, baby. You know, I get so sad. It's just the word baby is used a lot in this as kind of some repetitive device. I almost feel that Green is trying to hypnotize with that word for some reason. The second verse, I'm trying to parse where it's going. It's like referencing men who fall in love yet don't realize it and don't know why they get so emotionally agitated by the presence or by the thought of a woman.
When a man loves a woman, he is broken. I think you know he is. When a man loves a woman, he is always alone. He's always alone. Baby, well, you know that he's
I'm trying to take apart the sort of oblique reggae structure of this track and the I the rhythmic component of this is odd, let's just say. It's got kind of a lurching quality, not totally consistent.
bound to be so happy. He's just bound to feel
His vocals are really front and center. Green Gartside, really kind of filling it out with this breathy, androgynous range of his, and harmonies piling on at times or kind of crowding certain lines in a way. A rather minimal arrangement, I mean, and yet it seems so full. It's like we've got like a few relatively soft sounds that are loud in the mix. We've got that thin kind of pipey organ playing in the background.
This time I just get so sad. Take that, baby. You know I get so sad. It's just my man loves a woman. He is jealous, baby. When a man loves a woman, it's the language of getting, having, and holding, baby. Well, you know that it's just like a great nation. It's bound to die tied up on the wall. It's tired of joking wet with tears. So sad, yeah. A man loves a woman. He is happy, maybe.
The way that he places that baby or that maybe like on that kind of lingering bar during every repetition of it's like the main refrain of the song, it seems. Okay, this is getting to the third verse here, and there's very little pause in the singing. It's just a very, as a matter of fact, yeah, this is a pretty wordy track for 5 minutes. Third verse. A man loves a woman. He is jealous. Baby, when a man loves a woman, it's the language of getting, having, and holding. Yeah, I didn't know that those 4 words were actually sung, were actually included in the lyrics. Baby, well, you know that it's just like a great nation. It's so bound to typed up on the wall. Huh. It's tired of joking, wet with tears, so sad. Yeah, we're getting pretty metaphorical here. So the dream of love is like the dream of a nation, but just as nations can never, no nation has ever achieved utopia. Every nation's been fraught with bumpy rides of some sort. There's always problems going on. And apropos to love. Because this part deals with the jealousy of love. Like the first one took apart the happiness of love. The second one took apart the pain of love. This one's taking apart I guess, yeah. And then he's going into like metaphors to elucidate or maybe obfuscate the challenges of love, the dimensions of love.
Gets his orders from chaos. Some say nothing will change, or nothing will change, baby. Well, you know that it's true like the tractators gave us all.
if he's like singing at like half the speed of the bars or so. I just, there is something kind of like just hallucinogen. I can't even put my finger on it. I guess the guitar, bass, and keyboard are kind of playing a semi-cohesive reggae tune. The drummer is just worked out this kind of lopsided, slow groove that just kind of destabilizes things or just sends things on its side. Kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes the ship rock sideways and back like quite abruptly, and the vocals are just like singing kind of over the bars or something, and slower and just mostly nonstop. It's hear those sounds at the fade out. And did you catch those really high emoting soulful background vocals of those women? Like as it went into that final verse, they were just layering it up. Another, the arrangement of the harmonies was another thing that adds to the whole kind of trippy, kind of like multiple images. Actually, that's kind of what it was like. It was like multiple images, kind of blurring, it like images from another strip of film, kind of being superimposed as like apparitions over another film, like fading in, fading out. It's kind of the effect the arrangement of this track had on me. It was like almost certain parts from other songs were just kind of beaming in, fading in. Yeah. Let's finish up the lyrics here. When a man loves a woman, he is happy, maybe, gets his orders from chaos. Some say nothing will change, oh, nothing will change, baby. Well, you know that it's true like the tractectus. Oh, no, it's harder than the rest. So exciting, so divine. Wow, that's quite a reference there that I'm not ready to take apart. Gets his orders from chaos is an interesting line. I'm just gonna parse that to be he has to cope with confusion. It's just a fact of life. It's a fact of navigating love, of trying to maintain a relationship. There's going to be confusion. There are going to be situations that you can't control. There's going to be strange logic and unpredictable temperament he's going to have to deal with, because women, get strange from time to time, when they're going through their time of the month. Women can be hard. Women aren't always linear, you know. You can't just always get through to them with just logic. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like when you relate to other men, you kind of expect them to be more linear, you know, all the time. And when men aren't very linear, when men kind of do things that seem just sort of, I guess I tend to get I tend to get more angry at men who who go off the rails of just linear thought, who step outside the rules of logic. I think, okay, you're um, because I tend to, but whereas with women, I kind of know that there's a certain leeway you got to have, because there are some times where women's decision making is ruled more by the heart rather than by the mind. Um, whereas with men, no, men are supposed to be ruled by logic all the time, at least where I come from. Um, oh, his love is a heart breaking out. Oh, his love is a heart breaking out. His love is a heart breaking out. You know that his love is a heart breaking out. Huh, I've never heard passion framed in that. His love is a heartbreaking, like his heart is trying to get out of him in a way. So that could be read in so many ways. He's trapped by love. He's trying to get his feelings out. Yeah, that could be read both positive and negative in the framework of a relationship. When a man loves a woman, he is happy. When a man loves a woman, he is always alone. He's always alone, baby. Well, you know that he's bound to be heartbroken, bound to feel so ill at ease. He hardly stands. She doesn't understand. He's in love, in love. Yeah, the conflicts of coming to of realizing how you feel, and the risks of yeah, it's about the mixed emotions, the risk factor of falling in love, and that line, she doesn't understand. Maybe Green Gartside is acknowledging here back in '82. Bear in mind a time when people didn't, when people had more naive ideals about love than they do today. I mean, things have been broken down in so many ways at this point. I don't know. Back in those days, not many singers were talking about the difficulties that men went through when they, you know, approached women with the words "I love you." You know, women that they had been seeing, and whether she would accept or whether she would pull back. Um, because it's on the man to take those kind of steps in a relationship. Yeah. She doesn't understand perhaps because she's the one getting the offers. She's the one fielding the, you know, and it's her call ultimately, and it's his responsibility. It's his task to go out and instigate and take the risks. Yeah. Scritti Politti, Gettin Havin Holdin, a very dense, very complicated track, and yet very emotionally resonating in so many ways, no matter how you read it. From their 1982 album Songs to Remember. For more rubies and sapphires from the catalog of Scritti Politti, see the directory of albums by English S artists linked in the description below. For red hot tracks and tasty purples, actually most of their tracks are pretty red hot. From this album, the EPs that preceded it, And the two albums from the 1980s that came after it, including the triumphant 1985 release, Cupid and Psyche 85. Yeah, see them all in the directory of albums by English S artists. The thickest letter in the alphabet of the whole A to Z numerical English directory. So you'll not only will you see Scritti Politti, you'll also see, the works of Soft Cell, Sade, Sailor, and so many other artists, Sting, and just all the great S bands of the 60s, 70s. I could name them all day, but just click on the link and you'll see them all. And like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and leave a comment if you have any observations about this track, the density of the layers, the pinpointing certain theoretical aspects of the from like a music theory. I'd be really interested in like a music theory breakdown of this piece that's even more probes into it a bit more than even I could, as well as interpretations of the lyrics. That what are your interpretations of these lyrics? Because they could be open to various interpretations. It's a very oblique, very metaphor laced track. Until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most air travel trimaximalist, signing off.